Hey guys, thank you for joining me today in Godspot. I want to talk to you about the power of asking questions. In 1 Samuel 17, David is assigned to bring food to his brothers in the battle, and his father has asked him to bring back a report. But when he turns up, he starts asking all these questions, and Eliab gets really angry with him. And says in 1 Samuel 17, 28 through 29, David's oldest brother Eliab listened as David spoke to the men, and Eliab became angry with David. "Why did you come down here?" he asked. "Who did you leave those few sheep with in the wilderness? I know your arrogance and your evil heart. You came down to see the battle." David responds, "What have I done now?" It was just a question. Eliab is angry and really doesn't seek to understand why David is there or even why he's asking these questions. He asks three questions. David firstly asks, what will be done for the person who kills Goliath? Secondly, he asks, who is this Philistine? And thirdly, why is this Philistine allowed to mock God? Now we know the rest is history. Today, David is famous because he's the man who killed Goliath. Eliab, nobody's ever heard of him, but we've all heard of David. It's important that you and I ask questions in life, and we're ever to gain understanding. And if we're ever going to succeed in our business or our ministry or in our job or sports or even in our family, asking questions is crucial to bring understanding and wisdom to our lives. So what are the benefits of asking questions? Well, firstly, when you ask questions, you're building your knowledge. Never think that you ever come to a place you can't learn. There's always something new on the horizon. There's always something around the corner, and there's always something new to learn. Secondly, asking questions teaches you about the person you're talking to. You get to know that person as an individual. You get to understand their background or where they come from, and empathy then kicks in, and you're able to walk a mile in their shoes when you understand who you're talking to. Thirdly, asking questions engages people around you. Think about that. We are all hardwired to want to be able to answer questions. But when you pose a question, people lean into you, people want to help you, and you'll gain people who will be in your corner because you're willing to learn from them by asking a question. Number 4, asking a question communicates value. That you value the person you're talking to. You want to learn from them. You want to tap into their knowledge and wisdom and experience and be able to apply it to your life by asking them a question. You said, "You are important to me." Number 5, asking a question brings guidance. When others ask, we tend to respond. But in that way, they are setting the topic of discussion and controlling the thinking. But when we ask questions, the opposite becomes true. They respond to us. When we want to move attention and thought in one direction or another, it's a good question can be all that it takes. And by asking the right question, it can guide the conversation. Number 6, asking a question sets exampleship. By posing questions, we are establishing an environment where people are thinking about their own lives and about the questions that they can ask, and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised about the knowledge that is shared within that group. Instead of just having a parroted answer, well, this is why it's always been done, when you ask a question, it can bring great understanding, and you drill down and you keep drilling down until you get the answer. Number 7, asking a question also brings self-development. Here is David. He never would have become the mighty man of God if he never asked those questions. And you'll never become all you're meant to be unless you're willing to ask questions. Never think for a moment that you know everything. I know I don't. I've been in ministry over 38 years. I'm running a business. I've led men, and still I'm learning and I'm gaining knowledge. I don't proclaim to know it all, but one thing I will do is I'll keep asking and I'll keep learning. I hope this challenges you today. Go ask someone a question. Build up your knowledge base. Hit the like button, share it with someone else. Thanks for listening.